it's me, Katie. Today, I'm going to take you on a ride through homes that are online. I'm going to show you exactly what buyers are seeing when they're looking at these homes. I'm going to give you the insight from an agent. I'm going to tell you what things these people could do to make their home show a little bit better and what they did great. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to show you a few houses, and I just pulled them out. I haven't really taken a deep dive into them, so you're going to get to see these at the same time I'm really seeing them, and I'm just going to give you my perspective opinion on what I think these houses are like. Okay, so let's take a look at this house. Now it's $309,000 and it's in Florida. So, there are areas of Florida that are more expensive, there are ones that are less, and this one, what I'm looking at when I see this, which is what a buyer is going to look at as well. So when I first look at this outside picture, the colors look pretty good. So I would say that this photography level is okay. Like the photographer did an okay job. The first thing I'm looking at though is that this roof is not looking like it's in great shape. So you can see that maybe it's a shadow, but it really does look like it's not in great shape. The other thing that I'm seeing here is this driveway. So you can see that this part has been replaced and this is cracked. So that means to me that, they had a lot of cracking in their driveway and they did a last minute repair. And probably they didn't spend the money that they needed to do the whole thing. They might have been on a budget. They might not have had the money, but they probably had to do that because it was in such disrepair. So now a couple other things when I'm looking at this photo, I'm really looking at that driveway. So you can see that, it does just look like there's some deferred maintenance. It doesn't look great over here either. This could really use a power washing, and that's regular daily, maintenance that you have to do. And if you guys have heard me talk about it, you know that I always talk about deferred maintenance. You have to be doing your maintenance over time. And I'll tell you, we had our house power washed yesterday. We had the outside power washed, and I did not want to spend any money on it, but it really, really does make it look like it's being kept up, that you're taking care of things. And so the idea is that if you do this over time, then you don't have to do it all right before you go to move, because moving is costly when you're getting your house ready to sell. So I want you to think about doing these small little maintenance projects over time, to save you money when you do go to move. So you can see in these pictures that the house is just a little older. It's got the woodwork. These doors are probably not solid. It's just not in great condition. They did add that fireplace in there. The photographer didn't really need to. You can see the walls are kind of dirty, especially over here. It just doesn't look fresh and clean. So as I'm looking through this, this means to me that there was probably a smoker in the house. And you can tell that because when you took this off, there's this residue there. You don't really see that unless there's something going on the inside of the house. I know, you're really like, what? Can you really tell that? Yeah, I can tell all of these things. You can also see that it does look like there might have been some fire or draft coming up here underneath this brick. So not that I necessarily think that's totally accurate from the pictures, but when I was in the house, I would absolutely be looking at that. Now you'd be asking me, should I bring in furniture to this house? And when I'm looking at this house, there's a lot probably that needs to be done here. There's a lot of deferred maintenance. And so by faking it, which I talked about, fake it, take it, make it, you want to fake the way the house looks, you want to take great pictures, and you want to make the money, is that this house, unless you're really doing more than just bringing in furniture, unless you're really painting and fixing all that deferred maintenance, it's probably not going to be worth it. So this home is probably going to fall into my concealable condition category. So it does look like it's a nice kind of open layout. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what it's like, but you can see now this house has 43 pictures associated with it. It's a small house. I always talk about you don't want too many pictures, because the more pictures you put in, the more reason that somebody isn't going to come into the house. Because the more pictures I'm looking at, the more I'm realizing, oh, this needs a lot of work. Like, look at all this paint over here. And when I'm looking at this, I'm saying, if there's this deferred maintenance in this, what is, the roof like, the windows like, the outside, the electrical? Because it's just how you take care of the house overall. Now, one thing I do want you to look at real quick here is you can see this in the corner there. That looks like it used to be a leak of some sort. So now this is another question, is what is going on in the house? So I really think there are just too many pictures of this main living space. It's just, The more you look at it, the more you think the house needs a lot of work. So that's really important when you're culling through the pictures to decide and editing which ones you want. These cabinets are old. It's probably original. It does have the white appliances. You can see that those probably look a little bit old as well. Now, I've talked about this before, is that if somebody were to say, should I paint my cabinets because that's what it should look like, I would say, what kind of cabinets are there originally? And when you look at these original cabinets here, they do not go all the way up to the ceiling. They have this soffit. So this is indicative of an older kitchen, even if you paint those. The other thing about painting cabinets like this is you've got this like oaky finish on it. It's not a flat finish. So in order to paint these and make them look like they're kind of flat, that you need to make them look newer, it's going to be really, really difficult. So then somebody may say, I need to just replace this countertop. And I'm looking at these countertops saying, even if you replace the countertops, you have cabinets that are old, you have the appliances that are old, you have the house that needs to be painted, you have the driveway that's probably not in great condition. So that's what I want you to be looking at. Is there a reason somebody might not buy your house? And it's not countertops in this case. It's the fact that there's a lot of deferred maintenance. That's always what I want you to be thinking. Is there a reason somebody wouldn't buy your house? And that's how you sort of know what you should kind of put your money into. Again, just way too many pictures of this. You know, it's telling me I really, like, it's just not that great. Now we get into this bathroom, and that paint job is pretty impressive. Like, is that paint? What is that? That's not even paint. What is that? It's like a metal thing on it. I don't even know what that is, but that's impressive. So like, okay, maybe some people would think that's pretty cool. This mirror is definitely out of style. Kind of a cool mirror, but I don't think the bathroom is probably the right place for this, maybe somewhere else in the house. So then again, you'd say, what do I need to do in this bathroom to get it ready? Honestly, nothing, because the bathroom is not the reason somebody isn't going to want to buy the house. Holy cow, look at that. That's amazing. What is that? If you guys know how this is done, I mean, put that into the comments for me, because this is pretty impressive. Like, seriously, put in the comments for me. While you're there, give me a like and a subscribe. I'd love that. But I really am interested. I've never seen that before. Okay, so now getting into the bedrooms, and look, this does not surprise me one bit, does it? That does not surprise me. What is going on there? Now, this picture is not going to help people come into the house. You can see this. Like, there's nothing in this picture that's redeeming. In addition, you've pointed out that there's a huge problem with this bedroom in that tile. So I don't know what they did there either. Again, put in the comments. Let me know. What do you think they did there? Now, this bed and the bedding. Oh, this just is sad. Like, I want you all to think about this for a second. Let's pretend that this room was freshly painted and the bedding was fresh and the pillows were fresh and it just was fresh. That would change the whole way this room looks. But like, no, this is not a go right now. Now, also, I have not looked at all of these pictures. I just picked, seriously, a random house that I found on Zillow. What is this? Like, first of all, that shower curtain's terrible. They must have had some type of a huge leak there. So they didn't even show me the rest of that bathroom. So this is like kind of a gut, really. You've got to do all that work there too. And I just, no. I mean, this is a full gut house, right? I suppose somebody could live there, which is why it would be concealable condition rather than restoration required. But no, I mean, no. Okay, so now we're looking at the back. What I'm seeing in the back here is this gigantic table that somebody's going to have to get rid of. Like, that thing looks really super heavy. The siding doesn't look like it's in great condition. The yard is okay. Not terrible. That's just not looking awesome. Like, and you can see the driveway did have some issues. So all in all, this house is concealable condition, which means that you need to do a few things to get it ready. Now, really, if your home is in this type of condition, you want to make sure that you are fixing your deferred maintenance and doing the basic things. This is not a home that I would suggest you throw $50,000, $100,000 into to make it updated, because there's going to be a lot of things over time that haven't been done that will come out in the inspection. So, concealable condition house. It's adequate. It's been on the market kind of a long time, I think. Actually, it's only been on for 61 days. So 360 saves, 7,200 views. I mean, this one's going to be a tough one unless they get that price down. Oh, and by the way, pricing a home at the 09 mark, like 309, 409, 509, I hate it. That's probably the worst number that I think you can price your home at. People are doing a search up to, the round number. Now, even if these people are willing to take less than 300, they're not hitting that market. So I would probably price this house at a flat 300 because you're going to get people looking up to 300 and people looking 300 and up. Does that make sense? If you price it at 299, you're not going to get those people looking from 300 up. And also what I want you to keep in mind is that if the house needs a lot of work, it's not actually a $300,000 house, it's a $400,000 house. So if you take it out of the 300 range, you actually may also be hurting yourself because you are missing the people who can afford a $400,000 home. Does that make sense? Okay, going into house number 2. This is in Florida as well. I just took a peek at this. I thought it was kind of a cool house, and I thought I'd just talk through this one. Listed at 524, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,400 square feet. I do think this is super cute, actually. That blue is pretty, I wouldn't have enough nerve to put that on my house because I have a really hard time making decisions about decorating, as you guys know, as I've talked about in some of my other videos. I'm a great stager, but painting a house that color would be a real stretch for me. I don't think my husband would like that either. But with that being said, I think the outside of this house looks darling. I think it looks really cute. Okay, now we're inside and there's a lot going on here, right? When you're looking at a photo, I want you to kind of be aware for yourself. So where does your eye go in this photo? And it doesn't really go to one singular location. And so when you can't kind of bring somebody's eye into one location where there's no white space around it, their eyes aren't resting on anything. They're sort of like, oh my gosh, what am I looking at? In your pictures, you want to make sure there's a space for them to be looking at. What do you want them to be looking at? I talked about this in one of my last videos about photography and how you have to make sure that the photos are going into one singular direction. Now you can see there's a lot going on in here. Where does your eye go? My eye is going to the roof here, the ceiling, the floor, and then it's over here. And then I'm like, holy cow, they have cats. And then this big, I don't know, couch. What is that? Recliner set. First couple, let's talk about a couple things in here. The cat thing. Okay. I love cats. I have a cat and I love her very much. And she loves my dog very much. And we all get along very, very well. So I love cats. Cats are kind of not liked when people are coming in to look at houses though. Even if you're a cat lover, because you have to scoop the litter every day. You have to make sure it's clean. Now, if you have cats in your house, you have to scoop that litter every single time a cat goes to the bathroom. That's how you avoid the cat smell. Okay. So want to make sure that if you have cats and you're showing your homes that litter is cleaned all of the time. Okay. You may not smell it, but other people definitely will. So by having that in the house, in the pictures, that cat climbing tower, people will maybe say they're not going to go see the house because they can't see houses with cats in them. They don't want cats in them. They think cats go to the bathroom everywhere. Just keep that in mind about the cats. Now, the other thing is that ceiling is pretty impressive. That's a lot. And so somebody may not like that, but you're not going to do anything with that. I would not paint that. What I probably would do in this room is I would pick up these rugs. Neither of those rugs need to be there. And I'd set this living room probably facing the TV, and I might kind of clean all this up a little bit. But I would take out the rugs, I'd take out the cat thing, and I'd just give it a little bit more space. Oh my gosh, and that's orange. Ooh. Okay, so this furniture needs to be culled down. So this is where probably your agent can come in and lay out the furniture. This is part of my staging that I talk about, is it's just laying out the furniture a little bit better so it doesn't look like it's all over the place. Okay, now that's gray and that's orange. Okay, so they have this gray going on here. So now as I'm looking into the pictures, I'm seeing, okay, you come in the front door right into the living space, and then there's this wall here. Maybe a little bit awkward because now I'm trying to look at the layout and now I'm like, wait, is this the same house? And now I'm able to see that these floors are probably pretty nice, but now I'm looking at this main entry door. So you walk in this main entry door, here's your foyer, and then you walk right into the space. That's okay. Somebody may not really like it. I'm telling you, these are the comments that buyers would say about why they might not like the house. So now you've got this blue backsplash with the orange and the gray and the white. So not really tying things in here. This gray color is the gray color that you probably shouldn't be painting right now. I've got a lot of colors in my seller's playbook about the paint colors that you should be doing. This is a little too cool, especially because this house is very warm. I mean, you can see the floor is warm. I mean, I don't know if you're going to keep that orange, but the ceiling is warm. So when you go with a cool color, it can look not bad. Like, this isn't bad. It's just, it's not feeling like home. So now I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh gosh, there are 59 pictures in here. This is a 2,400 square foot home. That is a lot, because the more pictures you put in, the less reasons you're getting them to come to the house. A lot of pictures, orange, kind of that southwestern theme, which isn't always bad. Like, I don't hate the orange. It kind of goes with the blue outside maybe. It's just very, very personalized, you can tell. Now, in looking at this, I'm thinking they were probably told they needed to paint the walls, maybe gray, and it just doesn't work with the rest of the house. If you're gonna go in on it, go in on it. You know, I don't know, do it halfway. Now, this color is a warmer color, so that's okay. And this flooring is like a LVP, which is okay. That's not terrible. And this door is nice. This bed looks pretty good. And this closet looks nice. Like, that looks really well put together. This room, from my perspective as a buyer, I'd say that looks pretty tight. That bed does look like a king size, and it's pretty tight in there. In addition, it's over the windows. So I'm not necessarily loving that, but that's okay, not terrible. For photos, I probably would have removed this out of the photos. I would have taken these down as well. When you're showing the home, that'd probably be okay if they stay in there while you're showing. Now, this is not a necessary or needed photo, in my opinion, at all. I don't think you need these because you already have this nice walk-in closet here. Also, when you're doing photos like this, you're really getting into people's personal stuff. Like, I mean, now you're seeing that they have this gun safe, and you're seeing the types of clothes that they wear. It's just, now it's a little more invasive into their personal space. Now, this photo, the photography in this house is actually okay. It's not terrible at all. There's too much going on in here, really, but you know, they didn't add a towel here. This is okay. This is not terrible at all. I'm not against this. I wouldn't probably do much to change this. Buyer's gonna say this is a pretty tight shower, just as an FYI. So now we're getting into some of the other stuff and some of the other rooms. These are rooms that I sometimes don't think you necessarily have to document. You don't have to document every single bedroom. I don't personally, because if I have a floor plan, which they do, that we're going to go into in a minute, you don't necessarily need to see that. Now, we also have this closet, not a necessary photo. I mean, this is adequate. This is fine. Those are fine. This is adequate. I probably would not have painted that vanity either, just because there's a lot more to do in this house. Now, this is actually a pretty good laundry room. It's a pretty good size. You've got the washer dryer, you've got shelving here, you've got a refrigerator in here, and you've got some more storage in there. This might be a room that I would highlight, but I definitely would clean it up. Like, I would make this look more like an HGTV photo, where it's just very sparse and crisp and clean, which means I'd clean all this up. You have this, it's kind of cute. I'd get rid of all this and just sharpen it up some. Now, that's a cute picture, and this is a great screen porch. I mean, this is nice. This looks cute outside. Again, we're on 23 of 59 photos. Whew, okay, so nice photo, nice photo. Now we're more in the backyard, so we're seeing all this a lot. We're seeing a lot. That's a cute photo. That's actually a really super cute photo that I probably would have put as maybe the second shot, because that's like kind of like your HGTV picture. I think that's a sharp picture. Not necessarily all needed. This is nice to document that. I'd put that in the end as well. Now we're still only on 36 to 59. I mean, this is an important picture to show how big the yard is. This is just a lot of photos. Yeah, and this picture I'd probably put in too. Maybe the overhead, not bad. That's, I think, a good documenting picture too. Let me show you something in this home. This is, as an agent, something that I do not like. The reason I don't like this, I'm going to show you and see what you think, okay? This is a 3D walkthrough of the home, okay? So I can go and look at every single corner of this house. Look, I can literally see what's in their cabinets. They have rabbit food there. When you're using one of these 3D walkthroughs, you can see everything. Like, look at that. I can see everything in this room. So this goes again back to what I was talking about with you're really getting into people's personal space. Now, here's the thing. Buyers love this. The reason they love it is because they can go and see every single detail, and it also shows them every single detail so they don't have to come into the house. So that is the purpose of editing your photos, where you want to make sure you're only showing the ones that are going to get people into the home. I don't love these, and I've stopped doing these for my sellers unless they really demand them. But then I say, you're going to be able to see every single thing in the house. So when the buyers are studying it, they're really, really studying it. They're looking at everything. That's my thought on 3D home tours. I think floor plans can be good if your layout is good. If you have a really, really kind of funky layout, I don't love floor plans, because again, you're giving them a reason not to come into the home. These are all things that your agent should be considering in the marketing of your home. Now, I think about this stuff maybe more than a lot of agents do. So maybe just have a conversation with your agent if you're like, hey, can we talk about the 3D tour? I don't absolutely love it. Okay, next one. I want to go into this house for a couple reasons. Again, I haven't really looked at it, but I thought I'd go with a higher price point home. And I want to show you this as well. This home looks gorgeous, right? It's in Georgia and it looks absolutely beautiful. Now, what you're seeing here right now is Zillow Showcase. Now, Zillow Showcase is something that agents can pay for to put their homes at the top of Zillow. So you can see when I'm searching, it pops up here and it says Showcase, Showcase, Showcase. So agents do this as a benefit sometimes for their sellers. Now, is it a benefit for sellers? Maybe if you're in a really slow market, like it might be worthwhile. But a lot of agents say, hey, I do the Zillow Showcase and it's going to get your home more exposure. And it might, but it doesn't necessarily help the home sell. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. If I have agents out there, I'd love for you to tell me in the comments. I haven't used this yet. I just haven't found it quite necessary. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. So you can see that it's showcasing it by putting it higher, but it also is doing like this moving image, which is nice too. So let's take a look at these pictures, which the pictures are beautiful, right? The home is gorgeous. It's a $2 million home. That's absolutely stunning. I don't know what that is, but I don't know what that is, but that's what buyers are doing when they're looking in houses. So this is going to be a little bit more of a personalized taste. And you can see it's got some really nice woodwork there. It's beautiful. Now, actually in this one, they've got all these trophies there. So I can tell you when I go into the 3D plan, I'm going to be able to see all of these really well and walk around the whole thing. I'm going to be able to see all of this. I probably would take those out. They're just really probably not necessary, and maybe stage these shelves there as well. So, this is a nice house. You can see it's got good wood floors, looks clean. Again, you got some interesting artwork. So these are the things that the buyers are doing, right? I'm doing the same thing, and I'm sure you've done this too. This is nice. It's fine. It's great. Holy cow, 14 of 92 photos. That is a lot of photos. So now I'm looking at this like, what is that? Is that a fireplace? There's no wood there. There's no fake fireplace in there. I'm wondering now that this is probably a staged home. So I'm thinking they don't actually live in this house maybe, because that's not done. So maybe, and the other room had the stuff taken off the shelves. So now I'm thinking, maybe it's a divorce, right? Like maybe one of the spouses took all their stuff away, or maybe it's just not finished. But these are all the things that I'm thinking in my mind as I'm going through it. So it's all these little clues that you have in your house. Maybe I'm more particular than most because this is what I do for a living. But, I can tell you what a house is like pretty much before I get into it. So in this one, you've got, this granite, which is going to be dated. These cabinets are white and these are brown painted. So it's a little bit dated. It's not terrible, not horrible. One thing I do see here for a $2 million house, this is a very small refrigerator. Now, I will tell you, in Chicago, we had the biggest refrigerator ever. It was like a 60-inch wide Sub-Zero, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And now in Florida, we have this little tiny refrigerator. And I think that's more, I don't know, I think maybe more people don't cook in the South. I don't know. They don't have like the extravagant kitchens that we had up in the North. Again, I'd love to hear your comments about that if you think that's true or not. Now you've got this tile going on here, which people may not love. And I'm not quite sure what room this was. So this is a back staircase. Okay, so now I went up the front there. This is a back staircase. I wish I could see this next picture, what this room is. But see, I'm not. Usually when I'm taking my pictures, I kind of like them to flow from like room to room to room. So I don't really know where that room went or what that was. Because now we're in hardwood. Are we still on the first floor? I think so. But like this is, leaning against the wall here. Doesn't scream to me like they're living there. See, I still don't know where that room was. Now I'm into the master. I would think this is a master shower, but now I'm into the laundry room. Now I'm into what I think is probably the first floor powder and then the garage. So in this home, in these photos, there's no real cadence to the direction that you're going. And there's 92 of them. So now I'm looking at this like, okay, the garage is a fun toy place. This, I wouldn't necessarily worry about repainting that. But now we're going upstairs. So we saw a picture of the master bath, I guess. Like, I don't even know. These are a lot of beds, like two full big beds. So now I'm even asking more questions. And now I'm starting to become curious about the house rather than thinking just about the house. Now I'm like, that's really interesting. So now what I'm thinking is maybe this is like multi-generational. Maybe the whole family was living in this room. I'm not sure. That's an okay bathroom. Not terrible. Not bad. It's a purple room. Another bathroom. Just fine. I mean, these are all okay. I'm a little confused though. Now I'm really confused. So they probably took a bedroom and made it a full shoe closet. This shoe closet is probably really valuable. I'm going to guess that's super valuable in there. Now what you've done is you've shown everybody all of the shoes that you have in here. I mean, you have these in cases. Like, I'm getting nervous now about having all these shoes out there online. Again, you've got a bathroom. You've got looking out. I mean, why are there two pictures like that? See, one and then two. I don't know why. I guess this must be the master, right? I mean, you have this very unique furniture. There's really not much on the walls. The house carries energy. So I can tell you when I go into a house that carries energy. I know you're going to be like, that's not true. Well, I'm not really like that. I'm not really like into that kind of feng shui and things like that. I don't study that, but I do believe in this. I do believe that there's an energy that homes carry. And homes, that carry negative energy, you can feel it. Now, the only reason I think I am aware of this is because I've been into so many homes and I kind of correlate it. Like, I'll leave the house and I'll say, that house felt really weird. Like, that felt really weird. I felt really odd in there. And then I'll kind of analyze like what about that house felt weird. I also get this feeling as I'm sometimes driving down the street and I'm in front of a house and you can be like, there's some weird energy vibe going on there. I'm feeling that a little bit about this house right now. It's not like family lives there. There's something going on there. So there's a couple different living spaces. When you got emotional stuff going on in your house, I want you to kind of recognize, and I hate to say this, I hate to kind of talk about this because I don't know, I mean, it's probably a difficult topic, is that if you have emotional trauma going on in the house, other people may feel that. As a real estate agent, when I am invited into people's homes, I ask them outright, I'll say, do you want me, to be your therapist? And they kind of laugh, ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, no, it's kind of true. But I'm brought into these people's homes where they're giving me all of this information. And then I'm seeing the dynamic. I'm seeing how they connect with each other, how they talk to each other, how they respond to each other. And sometimes that can come out when you are selling your home. And that's why one of the reasons selling a home is so traumatic is because you have people in your personal space. This is why you need to get a really good agent who is experienced to know that you're probably going to be up and down an emotional roller coaster, and that agent should not make you feel like you're wrong or bad or whatever it is, because our goal as agents is to take whatever that property is, whatever that product is, and to make it look fantastic. But the more you know about this type of stuff, I think the more you'll be able to help your agent and the more you'll be able to get a higher price and sell for less stress. So let's finish up this house because we're still only on 50 of 92. Now that room's kind of cool. This picture I would not show. No reason to show that. That's okay. That's cool. What is that room? I'm thinking that's the basement. But do you see how we went to the different levels of the house? Like there was no flow. You didn't see it going down the stairs. You didn't see it going up the stairs. It was just like, here we are. That's kind of cool. This is interesting. This must be a garage space, not a basement. I mean, this is a big house with lots of stuff going on. Oh, and now it has an extra like guest house. I mean, this house is massive. Wow. What a beautiful home though. It has a pool. Do we see that? Oh, it does have a pool. Look at that. I didn't even know until picture 76 that it had a pool. Oh boy. Now when I look at that pool, I see this is yellow, right? I see that this is probably not in great condition, but this is like a huge selling piece of the home, having a pool. Like, and I don't even know until the end, like not loving the layout of these photos. This looks not great either. It doesn't look great. Now we're back upstairs again. I mean, this house has so much potential. That's pretty too. I mean, it has so much potential. Look at this. I didn't see any of this. So like the picture I told you where I saw that it looked yellow, like yank that out and just use one or two of these. That's a great picture. So let me just show you a couple other things in this one. So again, like I said, you've got this, which is going to show you everything in the house. So now I can get in here real close and we can see what's on the shelves like that. Okay. But now I want to just look at the floor plan real quick and see, was that a bedroom on the first floor that I was looking at? Came in the foyer. You had an office on the right. I remember the office. It was the one with the awards and the trophies. Living room, yep. Dining room, kitchen. Okay, I think I kind of got this. So remember, we had these stairs up. And remember, I was like, where does that other stair come out? I think it came out here. Yeah, but I didn't know that until I clicked on it. Now you've got this laundry room. But now you've got this game room here. Okay, now I see. Calling that the game room. And then the garage. So what I'm seeing here is you've got this full bathroom down here that I showed you. Now they had taken this game room and probably it used to be a bedroom and they had a bedroom on the first floor. So now when you're looking at this, you've got no door from this office into this bathroom and you've got an empty game room space into this bathroom, which has a tub, a shower, a toilet, and 2 sinks there. So now if somebody wants to take this back to the way it originally was, is they're going to have to make that a bedroom or open this up. When I would do a tour on this, I would say, okay, is there a reason this house would not sell? And it's an awkward layout. Absolutely. Like the house is gorgeous. It's got a lot of great stuff going for it, but that could be a reason why a house wouldn't sell. So now let me just look at floor 2 and just see what's going on here. And this is how I do it, is I walk through the house. And the way I'm walking through the house this way is that's the flow of your pictures, the way your pictures should be. So here are the stairs. This is open. Okay, great. You come up. You got 1 bedroom here with a bathroom, huge closet, bathroom, bedroom, closet, big closet, lots of space upstairs. Bedroom, here's the master, bathroom, closet. Like the upstairs, what is this? A bonus room. Oh, that's where the bonus room is. I mean, this house is huge. It's got the unfinished attic that they showed us. We didn't really need to see a picture of that. And then it's got a huge basement. So this house has a lot going for it, a real lot going for it. You can see that this house was listed in 2023 for $3 million. Now, I haven't seen this. I didn't look at this yet until I'm looking at it with you, but I can see the reasons why, sort of. And now, I mean, think about this for a second. You have a seller in 2023 who listed for $3 million. They are right now at 1.9. So now they have been going down in the market by 100,000 every single time. Now they're under 2 million and they've been under 2 million for about a week. That's probably what they needed to do. I mean, they did a huge price reduction from 2.4 down to under 2 million. So I'm going to guess that that is going to help get this home sold. I'm going to guess. I don't know what the comps are in this neighborhood. I don't know if that's right. I think the photography looks pretty good. I think the quality of the photos looks really good. I think the fake it, take it, make it part, the fake it part, there's a lot of quirky things about this house that you sort of need to cover up, which means I think you need to pull out some of these pictures. And the goal is to get people in and make them see that even though it's been on for a year, 2 years, that the house is really amazing, and it does look like it's amazing. So for all of you out there who are, thinking you're selling, or maybe you're just curious, maybe you're what I call an amateur professional. Those are people who know the market better than I do. I hope this has sort of helped you kind of see how buyers would look at it and the little tiny things that you might not be aware of when you're going to list your home that buyers or agents can definitely see without even stepping foot in it. All right, and as you guys know, I've got my Facebook group. I'd love for you to join in. I will answer any questions. In addition, in my Facebook group, you get private access to me as well. And we do some weekly Zoom calls. We talk about the market. I give you insight into your pictures. So go ahead, make sure you join the Facebook group today. Thanks for watching.